from their studio in South Florida, Twist Gaming. Featuring lead broadcaster Matt Koza, co-host and creative genius Josh Perry, co-host and interviewer extraordinaire Ann Lazito, co-host and marketing mogul Aaron Murphy, with appearances from special guest Lucy. Welcome to Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We're coming to you live here from our studio in South Florida, bringing you another episode of Twitch Plays Middara. But first up, who are we? I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
Josh.
And there, look at that, great timing. That's Alex. Alex, how you doing today?
Doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing just great. So, Ann, I'm going to hand it over to you because you're the questionnaire. So there you go.
Thank you so much. Alex, thank you so much for taking time to hang out with us tonight. I know you've got limited time. I know you're running an incredibly successful and super busy campaign. So we really appreciate that you were able to swing by the show and kind of hang out and play with us tonight.
For sure. Happy to be here.
First off, congratulations.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, no, definitely. And congratulations on the success of the campaign. That must make you feel fantastic. We were talking a little bit earlier about, compulsive refreshing and how that can drive you a little crazy.
Yeah, it's a really surreal feeling. We were blown away at our first campaign, and just the reception we've been getting and just our really passionate backers have really made us feel really good, you know what I mean? And then to see a campaign like this do this well is just an incredible feeling. It's hard to explain, to be honest with you.
You guys have put a lot of work into, a creative project, and it must feel good that this is something people really want to get their hands on. You're giving people what they're looking for.
Yeah, it's cool because, I don't know, I've said this before, and I said it in our video, our trailer, but we made it the game that we wanted to see that we didn't feel existed yet, and it's cool to see that other people, there was like a void in the market that this game kind of scratches that itch. So it's cool to see that other people are into it as well.
So Middara, this is the second.
And we have a great time making it. So
that's important. This is the second Kickstarter for you guys. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So
actually, we have a third that we ended up canceling it. It wasn't very planned very well. It was a totally different game that we might revive sometime in the future. Technically our third, but it's our second Middara campaign.
Where did the concept... So Brooklyn is the lead game designer for Middara, is that correct?
Right.
Where did the concept for this game come from?
Well, that's a tough question.
Ask a tough question.
He had this idea
prepared. I gave you the list beforehand and...
What's that?
I said I gave you the list of all the hard-hitting questions beforehand. I thought you were going to be ready for this. No, I didn't.
It's been 10 years of development or more, 15 even. I remember we just would meet up in his apartment, like out of high school. I would sketch stuff. He had this idea for Middara. I think it was called something else back then. And it was just this weird world of characters. We were all about JRPGs and kind of blending it with Dungeons and Dragons, but no one liked playing a dungeon master, so we just made the game be the dungeon master. And we'd meet at the library. We had this whole team of people. Brooklyn is sort of like the mastermind behind the idea, but really there's probably like 10 different designers, you could say, that helped.
Oh, and I saw even on the box you've got, it's you and 2 or 3 other lead developers, right?
Yeah, and then beyond them, there's even more because we've gotten really close with some of our playtesters, and at this point, they're basically developers / designers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's sort of just like 15 years of just hashing out ideas and stuff like that. We just got like sketchbooks and tons of stuff of ideas. You know what I mean?
When did you guys make the decision to go from you're sketching things in his apartment, he's toying around with ideas for a game. When did you make the decision to go from, hey, this would be fun for us to play, to this would be really cool if we tried to make this a product and make this a business and put it out for other people?
Yeah, I think that I was in college doing graphic design, And Brooklyn was he got laid off. I can't remember. He was working at a game store in Salt Lake, and he got laid off. And I think it was the perfect timing because I really didn't enjoy school, and the degree I wanted was like another 3 years, and I wasn't even learning what I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
I wanted to learn how to paint cool characters. You know what I mean? I wanted to learn how to make badass people with huge swords and stuff, and I wasn't learning that in graphic design.
That was not in the 1,000 level classes? Badass swords and big characters?
No. In fact, I remember taking like an auxiliary class. I don't even want to tell you how much I paid for it. It was like the worst. It was the worst. But anyway, we decided I think it was 2014. It was like the summer of 2014. We decided let's try to do this because we knew that these miniatures cooperative games were hot.
Yeah.
I think it was around the time when like Zombicide was really exploding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's hard to say. It was a huge like pivotal moment for us to quit our jobs and do that because we ended up rounding up some money through family just so we could like work for a summer and not worry about a job. It was crazy. We didn't even know what we were doing. I can't even believe I just gotta, if there's any like returning backers here, I just gotta thank you guys for believing
that's me.
in the original idea because man, it went through so many changes since its conception. Like if you look at the old Kickstarter, it's like the game's so different. What we delivered was just, I don't know. It got huge. The game got massive, and you guys know you have it.
What were some of the biggest changes
Like
you
this
made?
thing. Like why? Why did we make this?
Yeah, it's gigantic.
Okay, that's a fantastic question too. So when Josh brought the game over so that we could play it, I love story-driven games. That's kind of like my niche. I think it's really cool. I love immersive
Totally.
experiences in games. So Josh was like, "Oh yeah, you're totally gonna love this game. There's a great story." But what I didn't realize as I opened the first couple of pages is that I'm essentially reading like a manga. Like I've got in my whole book, there's like an entire actual story going on
Yeah.
in this game. You know, you mentioned that you
Oh, yeah.
did graphic design and artwork, and I'm not sure what Brooklyn's niches are. And, you know, he designed the game. Where did all of the writing come from?
Brooklyn's a really good writer too. He wrote the whole story. Then we hired a amateur artist or writer that we picked him up out of Brigham Young University, which is south of Salt Lake. We went to, you know, Brandon Sanderson. He
Yes.
teaches.
Oh, yeah.
He teaches a class down there, and we just would sit in his classes and pick out writers and talk to him. And we're like, who would you recommend to do something like this?
Wait,
And
can
he
we
pointed us
back
in the
that
direction
up?
of this
So
guy.
you
Casually
'cause
brought
you're-
this up with Brandon Sanderson.
You're kind of like casually name dropping one of the all-time greatest fantasy authors, Brandon Sanderson. Like it ain't no thing.
Yeah.
Ain't no thing. Like
Yeah, you can
chicken
just walk
wing,
up to
like,
him.
That is.
Yeah, he teaches a class at BYU. You can actually just walk up to him and say what's up.
Would be like Alex said. I could come up and say,
And he-
"What's up?"
Yeah,
up?
anyway, he had recommended a few different writers, and we tried a few out, and we ended up with a guy named Christopher Miles, who, it's funny because he wants to redo the whole adventure book. He reads it now, and he's like, no, he wants to like cut it down and
That's a bane
make
of
it-
any
I mean-
creative, though, right? Like your
What's
work's,
that?
That's the bane of any creative.
work's
Like your
never
work's never
done.
really
Yeah.
done.
oh, totally. You're never totally satisfied, and you're always, you know, I think that's a sign of a good artist is they're always striving to get better. But he'll continue. He's getting way better, I think, because I don't know if anyone has noticed, but the writing on our updates, that's Christopher.
Oh, that's cool.
And I feel like it's like a step above our adventure book. And anyway, he's going to continue Act 2 and 3. So he's super pumped.
That's phenomenal.
He's like, yeah. So
How is that collaboration working? I mean, the story is so integral to this game. How are you guys working together to make sure that it's cohesive?
it was really hard at first because
You don't like working
all
with
these
other people,
characters,
Alex?
yeah, all these things were in our mind, all these worlds. Nothing was. How can you show someone that doesn't know this
Yeah.
how to write it? But you know, I think, working together for the last 4 years, and he's actually played through the game. Him and his friends are playing it right now, and they're loving it. And so he's getting a more feel for what the writing needs to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it reads like a novel, basically. And I think that he sees more how to integrate the narrative into the game a little more.
Okay.
So I think that people will be really stoked on how Act 2 and 3 are going to play. It'll be the same great game, but I think the narrative is going to tie a little bit more into the encounters where the decision making is really crucial.
Okay.
I forgot your question, but I think I answered it.
Hopefully that I answered it somewhere in there. Yeah. No, that makes sense. It just, going back to getting that cohesiveness through working together as a team and working closely and being more and more familiar with the mechanics of the game. Getting onto like the mechanics of the game and how the game itself works. With you having done the development work for the game, is there anything that you're really proud of? Is there any like real unique catch to Middara that you think is really special and great?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think although it's kind of difficult it's a really front-loaded game, and then there's lots of little mechanics that you kind of need to know before you can really get everything. But that's, I think, sort of the charm in the end. And I think that the customization and just like the amount of things you can do is really fun. And we're always developing new items and disciplines and things, and there's just so many facets to this game that I think it's sort of unending what we can do. And I think like this universe that we created is I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of the amount of options that there are in the game. Like everyone can build their own thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's
not just a set couple of ways to do things. There's just people are finding new builds every day that we're like, whoa, I can't believe we never play tested that before. That's super broken. You know what I mean?
Speaking of playtesting, how many hours would you guesstimate that you and the team have spent playtesting Middara?
Oh man, we were meeting 2 nights a week, like 6 hours a night. I don't know, hundreds and hundreds. I've played. You know what? I've played the first 2 chapters like so many times.
Yeah.
That I almost just like sleep through them when I'm playtesting them now.
How many?
It's like, okay, that happens.
How many
but
different playtesters have you gotten to get their hands on the game?
How many what?
Different playtesters have you gotten to get their hands on the game?
I'd say like 20-ish or more, 20 to 30. We had like rotating. The thing is, we had to have commitments. We kind of had to have people that were able to meet at these times, these days, for this amount of time.
Yeah.
And through the 4 years, like people got married, or they had kids, or they just got a new job where they worked nights,
gets
and
in the way.
So we just had to keep cycling through people. It's just life,
So,
meanwhile, it's just Brooklyn and I just like trying to figure out this game.
We were talking a little bit before the stream went live, and I know we got to hop into the game, but I wanted to talk on one of the things. Like both Matt and my eyes lit up when you said this. So Matt and I like hip hop and rap music. I grew up in like 90s.
Word.
To your mother.
Oh.
And so tell me, I also love art. I'm an accountant, so I'm very black and white, but I appreciate creativity and art and like that whole genre. So talk to me a little bit about the inspiration behind the characters and their looks.
Okay, yeah. So I was telling you guys earlier that a lot of our inspiration either comes from music. So I was telling you hip hop. Like Rook. I don't know if anyone has the art book. Check out the back pages of the sketches that I did. But basically, Rook was supposed to be based on like Rick Ross. He's supposed to have like full tats all over his body. He was supposed to be buff. I wanted him to be super buff. But for example, like Zeke,
I wouldn't consider Rick Ross as a super buff guy.
No. I wanted him to be like a buff Rick Ross. I guess I should say that instead of fat.
So like Timbaland after he hit the gym.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of music influence, a lot of just like really Western. Like a lot of our characters kind of look like our friends. Like we have friends that with like sleeves of tattoos and gauged ears, and like they kind of dress in these kind of wild ways. So we really just took what we liked. I don't know. I was telling you guys that we'd see someone walking around town that we thought looked really cool, and we'd be like, let's make a character based on that guy, and then you kind of go wild with that, and you create their backstory and then their like abilities and stuff.
I think that's absolutely fantastic.
You see Zeke sitting in a coffee shop in Utah.
Yeah, Zeke just looks like your kind of hipster that hangs out at the local coffee shop with like in the middle of winter, like the beanie and the gauged ears and smoking a cigarette. Yeah, oh yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Alex, I think that this is fantastic. I've really been enjoying the story that goes along with the game. We're really enjoying the game.
Thanks.
We're so happy that we've been able to, kind of make this interactive, and we're super stoked that you were able to join us for the interview.
Oh, yeah.
For those that don't want spoilers or maybe watching this on YouTube later and they're like, no, I don't want spoilers.
Too bad.
Too bad. Where can people go to find out more about Middara? The current Kickstarter and even like the previous Kickstarter in your community?
Where can they hear about it?
Yeah.
Well, you could go to our website, succubuspublishing.com. You can find links to the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter itself is some massive link that I'll post in the thing. But it's the Unintentional Malum complete trilogy. No one's gonna know how to spell that if you've never heard of it. So let me throw it in the comments real quick.
That sounds good.
About to go succubuspublishing.com.
Okay.
We'll take you wherever you want to go. If you're into Board Game Geek,
Disney World. So will it take me there too? Or?
It'll take you to Disney World. It'll take you to really.
That's great.
He said anywhere.
I mean, I'm holding it too. So on Board Game Geek, you guys are on the hotness list for Board Game Geek as well right now.
Oh, that is a long list.
Yeah, we are. We were number one for like a day. I was hoping we'd stick up there. I do watch that. You know how you're telling me that you're like, do you watch the numbers or whatever, the Kickstarter? And I kind of stopped looking at that as much, but I do look at the hotness. And there's like an inside joke where I always wanted to be like above Gloomhaven. And I took a picture. There was one day when it was before we ran the campaign, but we were like one spot above Gloomhaven, and I was like, yeah.
Did you screenshot it and send it to Isaac?
I did screenshot it. No, not to Isaac. I should.
You should.
I've talked to Isaac a little bit.
Just randomly.
Isaac's really cool. He dude, that guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He told me his story, and I was like, oh, he did it so much better. But I mean, we're figuring it out. So.
But that's all about, that's the board game community and like the board game insider community. It's so small. The back end of all of this is so small, and everybody is so interconnected. And we say it all the time. There's no other industry quite like this where everybody's willing to like just give you a hand and help you out and teach you and show you and walk you through. You hear a lot.
Oh, yeah.
you hear a lot about how. People who are new to this industry are surprised at the lack of NDAs and like how NDAs are essentially like an insult, because here it's like you're developing a game, you're developing an idea, like nobody's stealing your idea or your thing. Everybody knows you have that idea because it's like coming to a small town and the guy at the gas station knows everybody.
Y'all grew up together.
No, it's so true.
Yeah,
you're so right. I can't think of anyone that hasn't been really cool that I've hit up. They've pretty much all of them, for the most part, have been willing to help in some degree, whether it's just advice or even more, you know what I mean? And so like you're saying with the NDAs, a lot of the cross promotions that we've done, it's just like, hey man, we have this idea. What do you think? They're like, sure, let's do it.
So some of
they really don't.
You announced some of the cross promotion for the Kickstarter already, and probably that's a good point to hit on. Who have you done cross promotion with?
So we did in our first campaign. We did Greenbrier.
We worked a lot with Greenbrier.
Who are they?
Yeah, we did Greenbrier. We did Vampire Hunters. They're Darkgate Games, I think is what they're called. They're really cool. We did. Who else did we do? I should know this on the top of my head. It's been a while.
It's not like you're running a Kickstarter campaign currently and your mind goes to ooze when that
I know.
happens or anything.
Maybe people in the chat remember.
You were talking about Level 99 Games, like that was one of them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we cross-promoted with them before on their campaign.
Very cool.
On their Millennium Blades one.
Gotcha.
They put a bunch of Middara characters in there, so that was really cool. And Brad, I've met him. He's come to some of the conventions out in Salt Lake because I think he's in Colorado or something. He's like really close. So
You're basically neighbors then.
yeah. So I've met him and he's played Middara and he's helped me out with some like guidance as well because he's been around.
Very cool. On that note, Matthew,
Yeah.
I think it's time to get into the
Meat and potatoes of things.
So cheesy.
Awesome.
Play some games.
Before we start playing, I think we need a quick recap of what happened last week, since Alex wasn't here to witness what we did with chat here. So, Josh, how about you give us a breakdown of what happened on the premiere episode of Twitch Plays Middara?
It's day one. We got into the mast. Me being Rook, I kind of stood around and I pushed a big rock out of the way.
You did a great job pushing the rock.
Yeah, I did. I pushed that rock effortlessly.
Yeah.
And then I let you guys kill everything else because I was too slow.
And flew.
And did fly.
Yeah.
And then Twitch or Nightingale wanted to get to the end of the map
Right.
as quickly as possible, so I threw her as hard as I could.
Right, because walking's for peasants, really.
Yeah, walking's for peasants.
Yeah.
And they didn't fall in the chasm and die, like the two cave sickles that did.
Right, and I believe the terminology you were looking for is you yote her across the chasm.
Have you decided that that's the past tense of yeet?
I think yote is most appropriate there, so I'm going to go with that.
So before we dive in, Matt, I'm
Yes.
going to cut you off a little bit on, oh, well, yeah, I'm going to cut you off.
I'm going to let you finish.
I'm going to let you finish. But I'd like to let everybody know how we kind of do our Twitch plays. Yeah?
We have a method.
There's some method to this madness.
So we are each playing as an individual character. So again, I'm playing as Zeke, Anne's playing as Remi, Josh is playing as Rook, and you guys, chat, are playing as Nightingale. So what we're going to do is we're going to essentially crowdsource the decisions that are being made. So for small decisions, guys just yell out in chat what you want to do, and we'll do what you say, no matter if it's a good or bad thing, as we have determined in the past. If there are more critical decisions, Josh will put up a poll, and he'll bring up an example right now of what that looks like.
It takes him a while for his little sausage fingers to type all letters, so you got to give him a little bit of time.
But the other thing is, we can have you guys roll dice.
This is the
so
coolest part.
if we need you to, let's say, roll some black dice because you're being yote across the chasm, I will request a black die, and how about another black die, and it'll pop up, and it'll probably pop up. If it pops up, Josh, do you have the bot turned off by any chance? Because I don't see it there.
While we're talking about that, I think let's touch on the poll because Josh got it up quicker than I thought either of us thought he
Yes.
was going to. So the way that these polls work, you guys see it says cake and pie.
Well,
so
it says
just
what is better at the top. Cake and pie, and really everyone knows the correct answer there is pie.
pie.
So you would type pie or number 2
Yep.
in the chat and submit that, and you would cast your vote. If you're a subscriber, you actually get more weight to your votes as well. So,
Pie weights?
cake weights.
Cake? It's pie weights. Cake weights.
Yeah, it's like a shake weight.
Cake
But
makes
with
you
cake.
weigh more.
Yeah. Alex, cake or pie?
See, Alex, the hard questions.
The hard-hitting questions.
I don't know. I can't pick. Probably
What?
pie.
Pie? What kind
Thank
of
you.
pie?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this is gross, but mincemeat pie.
No,
My
yeah,
grandma
that's
makes
gross.
it. It's
We're done
really
talking.
good.
I mean, you have savory pies. That's not savory. I'm thinking meat, but no, mincemeat.
She makes it sweet. I think at some point in time it had meat in it, but
Wait,
it's
what?
like apples and
mincemeat
stuff
pie is
now.
actually like fruits and nuts and stuff, and they throw it in a pie crust.
Yeah.
You watch the Great British
And then you put
Baking
like
Show, Ann.
rum sauce on it.
I mean, it's probably good.
What's your favorite pie?
It's really good.
I'm gonna toot my own horn here and say my my raspberry pie that I make.
That's all right.
Fresh raspberries. It's the key.
Pecan pie.
Pecan.
No.
It's pecan.
Nope. You're wrong.
All right, so Josh is going to fix the dice bot right now, in case you guys were curious as to how and why he disappeared and why the dice.
It is mooncake or nothing. Wait, what's mooncake?
I know moon pie.
Oh, the hostess is that, or the little Debbie or whatever.
Mincemeat is sweet. Sweetmeats are savory.
Sweetmeats are gross, and
What's sweetmeats?
that's like brains, isn't it?
No, that's sweet bread.
I knew it was something gross.
What about donuts? I love donuts.
Oh, donuts are the best.
But what's your favorite donut? I had this conversation.
I just like a glazed donut. I don't know. I don't need anything.
Are you a Krispy Kreme
crazy.
man or a Dunkin' Donuts man?
Oh, I mean, Dunkin' kind of sucks, to be honest.
It does.
Don't you
It
think?
used to be much better.
I mean, Krispy Kreme went right off the thing.
The conveyor belt of
Super
fat
good.
people happiness. I know this as
Yeah,
one of
there's
their
some,
spokesmen.
There's like some local spots that are really good that I'd pick over both. At least where I'm from.
Boston cream and French cruller.
I can't get behind that.
Yeah.
What?
So there's a Voodoo Donuts in Orlando. I know we're getting super off track here, but it's like a jelly-filled donut, but they fill with like a mango puree, and then they dip the top of it in powdered tang, and it's delicious.
Powdered what?
Tang.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds good. I had one that was like Fruit Loops or something.
Oh,
No, it was Captain Crunch.
Yeah. The Captain Crunch one's pretty solid.
With like milk? I don't know. It was pretty
took
good.
us-
It was too sweet, though. It like hurt my mouth after I finished it. I was like, ah.
It took me way too long. Actually, my fiance had to explain it to me. Felt real stupid. It took me way too long to get why the 8 Mile donut was named as such.
Because it's got M&Ms on it.
I didn't know that either.
So bad.
So I showed
All
off
right,
the dice
what's
command.
up? We plan?
So I'll show off the dice command now that it's actually working, but you can see it there. I can clear it out, which is super okay. Don't know why it's doing that, but
So obviously this game takes a lot of different kinds of dice. And we have chat commands for each of the various dice. So what you'll do when you're asked to roll one of the dice is you just put !roll in the chat.
So I could ask for a bunch of dice like that.
Yep.
So roll 1 black, 1 green, 1 teal. Everyone can either type in !roll or a little extension will come up where you could actually plug, do a little plug in there and just click a button. Makes life super easy. But it'll randomly pull from what everyone rolled and throw the results on screen through like a random number generator, so that way we've got fairness here and we promise that we're not cheating.
Though Aetherburn apparently got all 3 rolls.
I mean, he's just rolling like crazy.
Rolling.
Keep rolling. Yeah, exactly. So, we reset the dice. We are in story time. Is it story time or are we...
Top of the page.
I don't know what you're giving me. Am I reading this here?
Yes.
All right. A small pond stands between you and a ferocious... Oh, jeez. Gavauden? Is that how you say that?
Gavauden?
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. That's what we say.
It's only your rule book.
Cool.
We have a couple pronunciations, but that's I think the correct one. It's a French word, I believe.
Oh, Gavauden. Is that
It's
better?
like some mythical wolf creature.
Your sudden approach must have drawn its attention, and the creature now growls in your direction. In the dark, you can hear the clicking of cavesicle somewhere in the distance. Hopefully, if nothing gets too close, the cavesicles won't realize anyone is here until the Gavauden has been killed.
Let's see if you guys can get through this.
Sarah sees you rolling.
Initiate
taken.
All right, so have we got everything set up on the board there, Josh?
Yeah.
Josh
Cool.
has no
So look at
idea.
that. So we've got the board set up there.
All the exposure.
Yeah, all the exposure. So if you want to drop that a little bit, Josh,
I'm
Like-
working on it.
800.
or 1, that's fine
like
too.
over 9,000.
That,
Well, that's the wrong direction.
turn the backlight compensation, but that's just.
That's good.
Josh will figure this out eventually.
That's all I got, Matt.
Cool. All right. So
Come on, Josh.
yeah, come on, Josh. So Alex, we have this thing on the stream called Rule 3.
There are only 3 rules in our channel.
Rule 1 is don't be mean. Rule 2 is don't be a creep.
Okay.
And Rule 3 is it's always Josh's fault.
Always.
Good. So far, that's true.
Yeah. Good and bad, but typically it leans a lot more towards the bad side of things, but there's that. So, we are going into this encounter here. So, Josh, I need a refresher, because we started an episode, and then we immediately went away.
We've been gone for a week.
We've been
and
gone
you've
for a
lost
week.
everything that you learned last week.
My memory span is not very good.
All right. Well, you know what?
What?
We've got Alex here,
Hey, we do.
and he might know a thing or two about how to play the game.
Okay. So, Alex.
Maybe. I don't know.
Save me, please, Alex. You're my only hope.
What was the question?
Basically, where do we take it from here? Josh is usually the one that's doing this, but he's completely preoccupied in adjusting the camera right
Look,
now.
I hope he fixes it. Oh.
Okay, so you need to figure out. You need to deal out the initiative track.
Okay.
So you need to figure out who goes when. So you're gonna need Remi, Rook, Nightingale, Zeke, the Gavaudan, and then the Cave Sickles 1 through 3 initiative card.
Gotcha.
And then you want to shuffle it,
There we go.
and then you're gonna deal out the initiative track and see who goes first.
So these are the cards, and I shuffle terribly, so you're gonna have to tell a really cool story while I'm doing this.
I think
Really
that's
cool
meant-
story.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
meant for you, Alex.
Oh man, I'm not good at telling stories.
What? Is that why you got? I mean, the whole book's a story.
I know, but I didn't write it. Brooklyn is the writer.
Then I guess you'll just have to draw a picture.
Let's see. I could show you. I could give you my tour of my office.
Look, it's cool. I'm okay.
If you want to. I heard my dog.
Puppy.
Alex, I'm so happy you came on stream, but you can go now.
I can just set it right here.
It's
There we
fine.
go.
Oh my god.
Let's see. It's not. The office isn't that cool. This is like my station over here. This is where I
Look, you
work.
got all the artwork and everything.
And
up
we
there.
got some like painted miniatures. I don't know.
Oh, you've got a painted.
Can't really see them. Yeah, we got like a set that got painted. That's really cool.
Swanky.
We do some yoga stuff,
That's
Ooh.
random.
so we can stretch because we sit all day.
Yeah, that's good.
This is like Brooklyn Station over here. So we've got the 2 monitors.
Is
Go
that
on.
on a ream of paper?
Yeah, it is.
That sounds about
See,
right.
maybe after this campaign we can afford like a real monitor stand.
Understand.
Not the new Apple.
Seraphony wants
Anyway.
to know if your doggy is a husky or a Malamute.
Siberian Husky.
What kind of noise was that?
I love puppies. They're so cute.
She's a really good dog.
So I shuffled up the
That's mildly green screening.
initiative track. So we use green screen technology for our hand cam, so stuff that's yellow or green is going to show up as transparent. I lie to everybody and say the publishers made us transparent cards.
Special promo cards, yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, like holographic
Yeah,
Pokemon card.
they're shinies.
All right, so you did a great job, Anne, by putting the Gavaudan as number 1.
Look.
Then we got,
So let's see.
Rook. Oh. Josh, give me a ho.
I'm gonna grab some cards real quick.
Okay.
Josh, give me a grunt. That's...
That's like you stubbed your toe.
We got Zeke. We got the Cavesicles, which means last but not least is Nightingale.
Twitch.
Twitch your
Okay.
last.
But that's good because then, for those of you that are new, you get to hang around and kind of see how a turn goes before.
How them pros play.
What? Like.
How
Okay.
the pros play.
The boards have a unique feature. There's some parts that have UV spotting on them to really make the stuff pop. Yeah.
Jeez.
All on the water, everything that you see is super shiny is the UV spot. That's kind of cool. I really
thought
like
Josh
that.
spilt water on the board at first, and I was going to yell at him and be like, "How dare you, Josh?" But it's just the UV printing.
Isn't it his actual personal game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I can still yell at him.
All right, fair enough. All right, so we have information for both of our monsters. Here.
Scary monster.
The Cavesicles?
Cavesicles.
So, what flavor are the Cavesicles? I'm picturing grape.
Cherry.
Yeah, go with
Grape.
Grape?
Yeah,
Well, their
grape.
color. You see, their colors are like right here.
Oh.
So that number 1's cherry, then grape, then
that
orange.
makes a lot of sense.
Is
So-
it orange or is it like creamsicle?
No, it's Cavesicle.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's more of a creamsicle. It looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like not a bright orange. It's like
I'm okay with it being creamsicle. Orange is kind of.
It's got like a little bit of a vanilla undertone to it.
All right, this is not gonna go there. So. Okay. So we've dealt out the initiative track. We've pulled our cards for our monsters. We have our minis placed according to the map in the book. Where are we going from here? The Gavada.
So the Gavadan would go first. Did you already read its card?
No, we didn't. We can show that.
So
off.
they have there's like AI steps here, and really you read them and you do whatever's true. So for example, is there an opponent adjacent? Is the first AI step? No, there's not. No one, and so in this encounter, you are the opponent. None of you are adjacent, so it wouldn't do anything there. Is there an opponent within reach 2? So 2 spaces? No.
Nope.
Can it move and attack an opponent within reach 2? So is it able to move 6 and attack you within reach 2?
Well, let's see.
Did you count that out?
So movement is only orthogonally, correct?
It's only orthogonally.
And then
And yep.
the water's does the water slow it down, right?
Yeah, the water would slow it down, so it'd take an extra. It's essentially 2 movement to move out of water, so it couldn't get to you. It really just won't activate.
5, 6.
All right, so it'll get fairly close. It'll get to within range of us, though, which is
If it-
nice. If it was
It has to be within range 2.
So it's not. It's just gonna stay where it's at.
It really just won't do anything. Yeah, it won't activate because it can't meet that condition because it can't attack you. It can move, but it can't attack you as well. So it will just sit there, which is kind of nice. You don't want it to. You definitely don't want it to come attack you.
So what were you saying about me pulling that card first from the initiative track?
I was saying splish splash. The Gavadan's taking a bath.
Oh, on a Saturday night.
Yeah. So thank you, Gavadan. You do nothing and you sit there.
All right, so now it's Remi's turn.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes, me. So when the characters start, and we should probably put Remi up on the track. The number of actions that we can take, or like the energy that we have, is determined by the track there, and we start off with 3. We know that you guys have tokens and stuff. We've decided that for us, it's easier just to grab the 1 circle and use it as a slide bar. So I broke your game.
That's fair.
Okay, you're welcome.
I actually agree with that.
Thank you. I feel better. So I start off with 3. Remi's got her special ability is natural flight. So there's some areas that can be reached only by flying, and that's what Remi gets to do.
She can fly.
You could fly over the water and then land in the water.
Why would I do that?
Because you can't. Walking through water is harder.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's easier to fly over it.
So since this is cooperative,
Yes.
what am I trying to do first?
Beat him up.
So I have another part of the stream that I guess we should have covered in the beginning and did not is that all the way over there in the top right-hand corner
That where my arm gets cut off.
is the character stats.
That's the left-hand corner. For those
Just
of you
kidding.
wondering. So at the top left-hand corner, we got the character stats broken out for each of the individual characters there. So we've got their health, their defense, their armor, and their movement all up on there.
It's really cool the way you guys did that.
So Remi has a movement of 7, and you can move through friendly characters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 puts me about yayish. Should I get that close? What if I get attacked?
It's fine with me.
That's not fine with me, Brocephus. Movement for a handy-dandy quick reference card other side. Flip it.
Why'd you hand it to me on that side?
Just to make you look like a fool.
All right, so for 1 SP, you can move, do your movement. So
now I'm going to go from 3 to 2.
right, so what's your movement there, Anne? You have 6.
7.
7?
7.
Do you have a something
Why
that
do I have
buffs it?
extra? No, don't.
Why do she have extra, Josh?
Oh, just kidding, because that's
It's plus 1
agility.
from your
Yeah.
shirt.
Ah, okay. So you can then, if you choose, spend an additional SP to add 2 to your movement value. So if you want to sprint a little bit, she can do it that way. So someone's asking, why does Remi only have 7 HP?
That's probably left over from the previous.
Yeah, did you die?
No.
I don't think I healed anyone after the last encounter. So
Well, that explains it.
Josh has work to do.
I will update her her health.
But now you can see Josh updated on the fly.
What's your max health?
12 plus 0. Which is
Cool.
still 12, in case you're wondering. Is
I
that
mean,
3
that's
for Rook?
solid math right there.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Okay.
I think you're the only one that took damage last time, so it's fine.
What?
All right, so Anne, do you have any range attacks that you can?
No, I have reach 2.
You can throw your throwing stars at it.
I'm
Throwing
not ready
knives.
to throw my throw. You all want, but like they're one-time use.
But it's just like a real ninja uses, Anne. It says that on the card.
Soon we'll get planks, and then you can smack it with planks.
Fine. Actually, I did fill up really quickly last time. That's fine. But then it's gonna come bite me. Whatever. I should attack it. I have 2 throwing knives. Throwing knives are a free action.
They are, yeah. Just discard and that's all.
Okay. And then I need to roll a purple die.
Poiple.
Purple. I can use both of them.
Just, if you want to throw both. Right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. You're not gonna steer me wrong, Alex, right?
No, that's a good strat.
So what'd you roll there, Anne?
3 and a 2
And a book.
and a book. But
All
I don't
right.
think the books matter for the throwing knives.
All right. So let's.
No, they don't. It's just the number. So that's just straight up physical damage.
So 5. So
Sucks you didn't roll better.
you don't know this, but I play games with Andy Looney every once in a while, and he's not the person that lets you win. And every time I complain about losing, that's his phrase, is he tells me to roll better. So, like, that's a funny inside joke. So the fact that now you've told me to roll better, too, I hate you all. Good. Done.
Do you always roll bad?
Yes.
Look, and this
We have
is
like
not-
people in our group that just always roll the skull, or they just can't roll, or when they roll for the bad guys, they just kill everybody.
Yeah. Yep. No. All the damage, all the skulls, all the terrible.
We didn't go over the stats for the Gavaudan before.
ahead.
So it's got 12 health, 11 defense, 6 movement, and 0 armor. So Anne rolled a whopping 5 there.
Look, 5 out of 12 is not bad.
Yes, it is.
No, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Don't say that to her. All right, but so you still technically have 2 SP then if you want to use them.
Yeah, but what's cool is that when I come around to my next turn, I'll gain an additional 3 up to a max of 5. And if I'm at 2, like, I can't do... I don't... Unless, Alex, you see something that I can do that maybe I'm overlooking.
Sorry, I'm kind of in chat too. So you moved? Did
Yeah.
you fly?
No, she just threw her throwing knives.
Okay. And you got the war axe.
Yep.
No. Is there any hindering terrain? Are you in it?
No,
No,
she's
No,
not
she's
in
not
it.
in
side.
it.
I'd say it'd be nice to be in there, but you're probably good.
Yeah.
So you could save up your SP for next round, and then you could go ham later.
That works. Do you want to go over the war axe just so we know what it looks like to go over a weapon?
Yeah, so this is the war axe, and this is me going over it. Okay, fine. So the war axe, we see it's got the 2 next to the hand, so it's a 2-handed weapon here. It's a melee weapon, and you roll 2 of the white dice for that one.
White.
And then, so if you want, you can exhaust it by doop, like that. And then, when determining damage, this weapon gains +1 physical damage until the attack is resolved if you roll a book. And then on the bottom, shields and stars are +1 physical damage as well. So you can get all kinds of plus damage for the extra symbols that you're rolling on your dice.
Awesome possum.
Cool. All right, so moving right along, it is now going to be Rook's turn. So, Josh.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah, you've got a
I
movement
can,
of 0.
I can stumble over.
Yeah.
Move me.
So hold on one second. Alex, is there a penalty for moving through a friendly?
Yeah, he's right. I just counted it. So you're still okay, I think.
Oh.
1, 2. Actually, let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, you just would move your back 1,
Okay.
and then you're still good. You could still hit him.
And I have to walk through a friendly.
Yes.
Waka waka.
All right, move me 6 movement, please. I'll just kind of trot over.
You're all up in everybody's way. 1, 2,
It's 2 to
3.
move through a
6
friendly.
movement or 6 spaces?
6 movement. Or 5 movement. Sorry, 5 movement.
So 4 spaces in
4
total he gets to
spaces.
move
That's
because
what I
he's moving
thought.
through a friendly.
1, 2, 3, 4. I should probably put him here.
I guess.
Because if not, then he's in everybody's way. It's just a
What else
wall.
is new? All right, so Josh, what else are you doing with your turn? You can spend more SP to move more if you
No,
want.
good.
You want to actually like be a tank.
I'll make it over there eventually.
It'll be fine. All right, so then it's my turn. So where the heck am I? So I'm orange.
Here.
Yeah.
You were in everybody's way.
I was?
Yeah.
That's fine. So I can't really get close enough to do
Why?
anything.
You can do the cool stuff with the.
You can use your swords to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I could. So, my diagonal sword movement, does that negate the slowdown of the water spaces?
Yeah, it does.
Ooh, that's fancy.
It's really good.
So, and it's to move out of said water space that it takes the extra. So I can move into it for 1. That is loud. So if I go, I have how much movement again? I have
Something.
6. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I go sword, sword.
You get right up to it.
Yeah, let me do that.
Can you attack on the diagonal?
Oh.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay, cool. So I tapped both of my swords for moving diagonally.
Where? I can't see.
There, diagonally. So, the anatomy of my sword here. They're one-handed, but I got 2 of them, so that's cool. I exhausted the ability on both of them to move diagonally.
Pause.
2 spaces, yes.
I want to show something that I think is really cool about this game.
We
Both of the 2 little short swords
Yes.
have different art.
Yeah, we made him look like his actual sword, so one of
I
them.
didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
Okay, that was.
Thank you. I didn't notice that. So, combo light. So that means that I could roll both of these together. So
Yep. So you get the dice upgrade because they both have the light tag up in the top right corner there.
nice.
So when you're comboing that sword with another weapon with that tag, you can upgrade your dice to the finesse dice. So white, yeah. So it's a slight upgrade from the purple.
So I get to roll 2 white dice because I'm attacking with both of the swords.
Yep.
Awesome. So I need 2 white dice, please. And let's see what I roll here. Now, Anne, let me show you how it's done.
I really hope you roll 2 1s.
So, rolled a 7 and a 6,
Hey.
which is not 2
Nice.
1s.
Okay.
For every 2 shields that I roll.
Hold up.
Yes.
So the Gavaudan
What's the defense on the Gvaudan?
will actually read as passive.
Oh.
All right. So this is what we get for not reading.
Put it on the thing.
Oh, yep. So the Gavaudan has ferocious at the start of the Gavaudan's turn. It gains courage.
Oh, you forgot about that.
It would have already had that, but it should. The first time each turn the Gavaudan is attacked, it will dodge. So you're gonna. It sucks. He had a good roll, but he'll dodge it.
So, Alex, what do we do for dodge?
So you're gonna roll the black die,
So
and I don't know. Keep your roll. I know it's cheesy, but let's see.
So if
So
you're
you should.
good, if you're in chat, go ahead and do exclamation mark roll. Let's see what we get for the black die.
what do I want to see here?
Well, you got 4 books.
Oh, you're good. So that's basically when you get shields on a dodge roll on the black die, it adds to their defense.
Mhm.
So,
Books
oh
will
yeah,
help
and
you here.
throwing knives, it doesn't count as an attack.
Okay.
But he's also got courage now, which he got at the beginning of his turn, which is shields and books add +1 physical damage, and then discard if you miss an attack. So he didn't attack at all, so that's fine.
No, he'll just have that on his next turn if he's alive. You're probably gonna do a lot of damage right here.
So his defense, I said before, was what did I say? 11.
Yep.
All right. So
11.
I rolled 6 and 7, which if math checks out, that's a 13. So I'm gonna do 2 damage, but then on top of that, for every 2 shields and 1 star, I'm gonna gain +1 physical damage. So that's another 4,
Yep.
5 damage.
Yep.
So that's gonna be 7 damage
It's 7.
in toto. So he
Yep.
had 12 health, which
He-
look at that, 5 + 7 is 12.
Yeah, you killed him.
Hey.
That's amazing.
He had 7 health because I did 5.
Right.
We don't care about
He's dead.
my 5.
But I did more and I killed him.
Nobody
so
cares.
there's that.
All right, ready?
Don't touch my character.
If you don't make the sound effects, it didn't.
Now, did you guys get your loot deck?
Yeah, we got that out. So here, Matt.
Oh,
you
cool.
found-
I found something.
You found something.
You gotta get that loot.
Gotta get that.
Boom, boom, boom. So I got 7.
Thanks,
Nice.
Matt, for the money. I appreciate it.
That's mine. Don't touch it.
Lame.
Well, I still technically have one more action, I guess. SP, but I'm just gonna keep.
You used
my
2 SP
thing.
to attack and 1 to move, so you're out of SP.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You could have used your ability to attack instead of using your SP, though.
That's fine. I was saving the ability in case I needed to do a little bit more damage to him because you were such a big help over there, Josh.
I know. I'm super helpful.
So after your turn, Matt, is
Yes.
the Cavesicles.
Yes, the Cavesicles. So, Cavesicles.
They're
here.
cool. They got hive mind.
So, I'm super stoked about that one. So, is there an opponent adjacent?
No.
Ann?
Nope.
No.
Cool. Is there an opponent within range 4?
So, how does line of sight work on the cliff?
So they really need line of sight. Will really just they have to be on the edge. So for them to see you to make an attack, they'll need to be on the edge of that elevation 3. Do you see that?
Yep.
But as far as like moving and attacking, it's kind of just I don't know.
I
Can they-
feel like
they
you
see
kind
you?
of. I feel like you probably should though.
Well, no, I mean it's not when reading like a card like this. It doesn't really account for line of sight. Like, can it move and see you?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it just can't see you. It'll still move and try to get to the edge, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It hears you.
Here's
So let's see. Remi is. I think it'll probably just move to that very point.
You're thinking about it'll
So the cavesicle 1 will move.
So Cavesicle 1 is which color?
The red
The
one.
Cherry.
red one.
So like
Cherry.
the red one will move to like the space at the very edge of the
At the corner. here?
down
Yes.
too.
There you go. All right, but
Is he in range?
Right there.
Move your hand in.
And then it's in range 4, right? It's in range 4 of Remi.
Yes.
Okay. Then
He gets
it'll
you.
attack, yeah.
All right, so it's got the Hive Mind ability. So the Cavesicle's combat dice and defense dice change depending on how many other Cavesicles are within the Sphere of Influence. So Sphere of Influence extends 3 spaces in all directions?
Yep.
Why did I think it was 4?
I don't know. Either way, both of them are in the Sphere of Influence then. So because there's 2 adjacent, instead of rolling just 2 purple dice, I'm sorry, where is his?
Dynamite,
2
two
white
white
dice.
2 white.
It's going to roll 2 orange dice. So by he, I mean chat. So chat, please roll 2 orange dice. Let's see how much damage the Cavesicle is going to do to Anne.
Roll poorly. Roll really badly.
So Anne, how much defense do you have?
Not enough.
And do you have any armor?
I do not have armor because the shirt doesn't give me armor. It gives me speed.
Oh, they rolled an 8 and a 6.
Wait. Do those add up? Yeah.
Yes, 8 plus 6
14. I have
is
10.
14. But then on top of that,
I didn't need to know this.
well, that beats your 10. So
Yeah.
that's 4 damage. And then it's also
can
going to
dodge.
do +1
Oh,
physical
yeah,
damage.
wait, no, wait. Oh, I can exhaust my shirt to dodge.
That's exhausting.
Yep.
And now I roll my black die, right?
Yep.
And then...
You need
4 defense.
4 defense. You got a skull.
Yeah! Good roll, Anne.
Thanks.
So, Alex, does this count as proof of Anne's beautiful rolling abilities?
I missed it. I was typing something.
Oh,
What is it?
that's fine. So she exhausted her occult shirt in order to dodge,
Yeah.
and she rolled a skull.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wunderbar.
And then it rolled an 8 and a 6.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
So
Where that goes.
that's 14. It also gets +1 physical damage for each shield, and it's got 2 shields up there.
Yeah.
So it's going to do 6 damage to you, Anne.
Great.
How much health do you have?
6.
You
I mean, I have
had
tw- yeah, I had-
12.
Right, I had 12 and
so
now I'm at 6.
it did 50% of the damage to you, which
I'm
is
so
great.
happy you know, like,
At
percentages.
least you're alive.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's that.
You're fine.
There's that.
All right, so that was Cavesicle number 1.
Yeah.
Then we've got Grape.
Where's
Grape. Yep.
Grape's going here.
Yep.
Is that within range 4?
1, 2, 3.
Isn't
Is it?
Yeah, diagonal. It's 4.
That one's not.
I
It'll have to jump down one.
2.
But he will jump down, right?
Yeah, he will.
That's rude.
All right, so now
He'll probably
he's-
just jump down 1
1, 2.
to the left or whatever. Yeah.
there you go. So he's in range.
And then Remi's kind of the one getting screwed over this time.
Yeah.
So there's still 2 within the sphere of influence there. So we need 2 orange
The
dice.
nearest opponent, yeah. So it would be her.
So chat, let's see if you got a little bit more mercy this time around in terms of the rolls against Remi. How you feeling there, Ann?
Not so great.
They rolled a 3.
That's a good roll.
That's a very good roll. And an 8.
That's 11.
So that means it does 1 damage to you. 1 damage is a lot better than 6.
That's true.
Except I lied, because they also rolled a shield, which is +1 physical damage, so it's 2 damage to you.
Okay, so that takes me down to 4.
But guess what, Ann? It's okay, because now
Creamsicle.
Creamsicle gets to go.
It's great.
The Creamsicle Cavesicle.
Creamsicle, cavesicle.
So go ahead and move them.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Well, they've got a movement of 6, Ann.
5, 6.
Yeah.
Do they have to use extra movement points to jump off the cliff?
No, they'll only move that 6. Is that what you mean?
2.
Will they move beyond 6?
Like, so if they have movement of 6s, is jumping down off the cliff like rough terrain? Like, do they have to?
No, it just counts as 1.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And they have an ability called aspect where they or not aspect. That's a discipline, but they just walk over any terrain basically and without any negative effect. It's called sickle anatomy.
So they're saying it should move next to red at the bottom of the mountain. I think it's because the wording of the attack is, can it move and make an opponent and an attack opponent within range?
You want to be within range. You want to be like as far away as possible to still meet that requirement. So
Okay.
they're going to stop
right there.
at that range 4 requirement to do the Ruby 2D point and shooty. So guess what, Ann?
I'm gonna get attacked again.
well, so no, wait, hold on. Did the purple one attack you already?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I need to pay attention. I'm like in the chat typing. I'll try to pay attention here.
No,
They rolled a 6 and a 3.
that's a 9. Wait,
You're
You
good.
get hit.
I didn't get a hit this time. That's so good, because I'm gonna die.
Josh, what's going on with the chat bot rolls? It's not letting me reset it properly. All right, so that's good. The cavesicles all went. And now Twitch can go. So,
So Twitch Nightingale is all the way back here.
yeah.
You say, because it's funny when you say it with the silly accent.
The Gevaldon.
It's ridiculous. Nightingale.
That's how you're supposed to say it.
Nightingale's got a movement of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and her thing
They've
is,
got a long sword.
and she casts.
She is a caster too, yeah. She's got the gore shot.
How did you go from?
All right, so the Crore level 1, cast a spell 6. If successful, deal 2 magic damage. You may take 1 irreducible damage to deal an additional magic damage equal to your highest level Crore discipline. So, Alex, can you give us what that means in a nutshell?
Gore shot?
Yeah.
So, okay, cast a spell. So what you're going to do is Nightingale, you're going to look at your casting die. So Gore Shot requires 1 stamina point. You can see that in the left of the card, the red dot. You're going to spend that 1 SP to do this.
Mm-hmm.
When you cast a spell, every adventurer has a base casting die of a purple. It's printed on their adventure card. I believe that Nightingale actually has a casting upgrade. So she has the magic talisman. It gives you a white casting upgrade. Mm-hmm. This is the dice that you're going to roll when casting spells.
Oh no. I've missed so much already.
Sorry about that.
Oh, man. Anyway, so the white die, you're going to roll that to cast the spell. The talisman requires you to empower this spell or attack. Whatever you do with this magic talisman equipped, it's just what talismans do. You're going to roll the black with the spell, which could potentially buff the spell's chance to hit or hurt you. It's just kind of like a pro and con of that ability. But anyway, so you cast a spell 6. You'll roll those 2.
So I'm assuming that chat wants to blow stuff up.
Well, I mean, I think that we should ask.
Chat, would you like to blow stuff up? Please let us know in chat. But yeah, so you would be rolling the white and black die simultaneously. and hopefully doing damage. And that damage, that's shoot him. Is that direct damage, or does that still have to pass through the armor, or the defense rather?
Nope, it doesn't have anything to do with defense. What it's going to do is you're gonna roll the white black. You're going to add whatever that number is to the 6, and then every monster basically has like a. I don't know if you can, where my camera is. It's the purple die.
I got it, Alex.
The conviction here.
Yeah.
They're going to roll their conviction to try to resist the spell, essentially. So you see in the bottom left corner, conviction. Anytime you're casting a spell or trying to, affect a target with some sort of status effect, they're going to try to resist it through this conviction.
So they got a conviction roll
So
of
chat-
3.
But
What's that?
they got a
Oh, yeah,
conviction
there you
roll
go.
of 3.
Oh, you got the skull.
But
Oh,
they
no.
rolled a skull.
So what happens?
That's not good, because so you missed. The spell misses, and then you take 3 damage.
Yep.
3 magic damage, which means it goes through armor.
So,
She didn't have any armor anyway, but
That's good though, right?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's bad when you get
Yeah.
hit.
They're trying to threaten the cavesicles, by showing them like, look at what I can do
To myself.
to myself.
If
I
I'm
can do
that crazy.
so much worse to you.
Yeah,
That's definitely what's going
that's
on
exactly.
how
what's
much
going on.
does Nightingale have any more SP?
Here.
She
Yes,
has 1 left.
she has 1 SP left.
Oh, chat probably wants to blow it up again, right? You want to try?
I mean, Chad, you guys let us know. Have you been traumatized from accidentally blowing yourself up, or are you good to actually attack the baddie now and not just yourself?
Now, garbage die. Right in the garbage.
Yeah.
So now that
What
we...
would you do in this circumstance? That was a warning shot. Time for the real deal. So it sounds like they're going for
You could. Well, no, do it.
it. I feel like there was going to be a voice of reason there, and then you're just like, nah, never mind.
I'm one of those guys that hates the black die.
It's...
So I like to just equip the longsword as a 2-hander and just use the purple with Nightingale. But some people really like the black die.
Well, this time the black die got rolled, and like, there's no skull.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So the books in this, so when casting a spell, the black die, the books add to the roll. So you got the 6 plus the 4, so 10 plus 3 books. It looks like so 13 is your roll.
And they rolled a
And-
conviction of
and you
11.
hit.
Yep.
So we're good to go there.
So the damage
Because
against
he rolled an 11.
damage against done is a difference.
No.
And then the spell will take effect. So Gore Shot deals 2 magic damage, I believe.
It's directly the effect of the spell itself. There it is. It's hidden from me. So, if successful, deal 2 magic damage. If you want, you can take 1 irreducible damage to deal additional magic damage equal to your highest level Crore Discipline. I don't think that's worth it there.
Oh look.
What's her health? 10?
Oh, but
You
Chad-
don't?
Chad's
Well,
saying
you're
do
probably
it, though.
right. See, I think Beelzebub is right.
How much health do the Cavesicles have?
Beelzebub.
Oh, look, it's in front
They
of
have
me.
6.
They have 6. So you can take 1 Cavesicle halfway there, living on a prayer. So, Beelzebub, we're going to take your recommendation here. They're going to take 1 additional point of irreducible damage to do a little bit more to Cavesicle Creamsicle.
I play way too much. That's good.
All right, so that is the end of Nightingale's turn. She's out of SP.
Yep.
So that was the last on the initiative track.
Hey,
But wait, there's more.
if you want to give Chad another turn, I don't know if you do. You probably do.
Of course.
She has a passive that you can use right now.
Oh, look at that. Ambitious.
She has a passive that will give, it's a per encounter ability that will give her 2 SP. And then everyone, wait, is that what it does? We've been changing cards. Is that what it does?
It looks like 1 more turn per encounter. Is that how I'm reading that?
All their allies. Oh, per encounter.
One
All their allies. Yep, there we go. So you can use that. It's basically that's the condition is the per encounter. You just say that I'm doing this, and then my Nightingale will get 2 more SP. Everyone else in her SOI will get 1, which I think is
And
everybody. and then you can gore shot 2 more times if you want.
How much?
I don't want to alpha game you.
No,
Chat, but-
I mean, Beelzebub seems to be cool with that too.
that works. I say we do it.
So she would. Sorry. So Josh, do you have that ambitious card over there? Is there a card for it? Little token. Something.
No.
Okay. Remind me one more time. You said for everyone in her sphere of influence, they gain an additional SP.
SP. So yep, and then she gains 2. So you could probably gore shot at least the one, because or you didn't take the health, or did you? I can't remember. You did.
Yeah, they did.
So now you can nuke the chat. Can nuke the yellow guy.
Yeah.
Is that the one we're attacking?
Yeah, you're attacking
Creamsicle.
Creamsicle.
You can nuke the creamsicle, kill him.
All right. So, chat. Let's see your good rolls here. You just need to beat it, and then you can do the +1 health. So they roll black
they blew it up in the
die.
face.
Okay.
They got one more
Again.
Huh.
Ah,
So what you're
that's
telling
so
me
lame.
is Chat has been put in charge of a suicidal magic machine gun. What's the worst that could happen?
Yep. So I mean, they've got one
That
more
black
SP.
guy, I
Right?
hate it.
So you want to do it again?
I mean,
is that what you're offering for?
I'm saying chat has the option to do it again if they want to.
Nightingale?
Does she have any heals?
She does.
Yeah, she's got a lot of juice
Oh.
boxes.
Oh, let's heal up and
That's
then
a-
do it again.
It's a free action, right?
Yeah.
There you go. There, she's drinking her juice box.
It's heals 3.
She's here to drink juice boxes and kill cavesicles.
Douglas,
Give me another one.
And she's still got 2 more juice
she's
boxes.
all out of juice boxes.
No.
Use a heal and attack again.
See,
So let's do it one more time, folks. So a white, a black, 2 oranges. Did I do 2 oranges? I did 1 orange. Let's do another
Why
orange.
2 aren't?
this thing,
I'm sorry.
this thing has to.
Purples.
I meant to do purples. Sorry, guys.
Just 2 purples.
I thought Josh was the colorblind one.
So we're just rolling a lot of extra dice here.
You rolled 3 purples.
Wow, the
Wait,
chat
why the
nuts.
purple? Oh, for the
Yeah.
gift school. Gotcha. Okay.
Ignore those oranges.
Yay!
But you rolled a 3 and a 1,
10.
so that's 4, so you're at 10.
And they
it
rolled
an
8.
8.
Okay.
Oh.
So you got it.
They passed.
And I'm assuming they're going to take 1 more damage so they
Oh
kill
no!
it.
What's the orange?
The
It was-
orange was
Why
I
is it
hit the
orange?
wrong button there. Sorry about that.
Matt can't read colors.
Oh, what got rolled there?
So we want to know if Chat wants to take the extra point of damage to make the hit from 2 to 3.
Kill
and
it.
if they do it, if you take the extra point of damage, then you
Kill it.
Kill it.
kill the creamsicle.
Oh yeah.
There's no reason not to.
But it's not your decision. Are you playing?
Ether Bird says kill it.
Yeah.
That's
Yes, we
just
kill.
There we go.
Kill the other.
Do it. Breathe. Breathe.
Did you already? You're just.
Did you kill it, Anne? Kill
Oh
it.
wait! Shh. Ready?
You missed it the first time.
It's got to flip too. Like it's got to be a whole thing, or it doesn't count.
All right, so that's the end
Cool.
of the initiative track there. We're going to go to the front. And who's in the very front of the initiative track there, Anne?
You say it.
Take your hold on.
That's ridiculous.
But he did.
He did.
So he no longer there.
So now that's me. So I had 3 because I had the 1 additional SP and the 2 SP from the previous turn. So I'm up to 5 because that's the max. And I'm ready. I've got.
To get beat up again?
No, let's not do that. At any time, an ally with a sphere of influence may do one of the following: heal 3 or reroll a dice you just rolled. This does not help me whatsoever. Okay, so let's just not die. That sounds like a great plan.
Sure.
My
So Beelzebub
Movement.
is asking if
6.
we were playing with the original initiative track and not the new rules.
but I have a reach of 2.
What's the difference there, Alex?
So the new rules is, I think, a lot more fun. What you would do is, but this in this case, it's probably better for you to just stay. But what the new rule is, you would shuffle the initiative track again and then redeal it.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's a little more variability. It's a little more challenging, but I think more fun overall. But you're playing the way that the rules are written right now. I'll leave it up to you.
I'm not liking the possibility of the cavesicles getting a turn before me.
Pansy.
Yes.
Okay.
Just AJS.
No, that's totally fair.
She just doesn't want to die.
Sounds. I feel like that's a noble cause.
Noob.
Go kill the purple guy.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have reach on my war axe.
But you can attack diagonally.
Where? I can't
1,
see.
2, 3. 4, 5. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, okay, whatever. So I have the War Axe.
Beat him up. So you used an SP.
That takes me down to 4.
Yep.
And
You use another one to attack.
I use another to attack, and I roll my 2 white die.
So you could move one step in between the two of them, and you have 2 attacks. So if you kill this one, you can turn around and hit the other one.
That's fine. I'll die either way.
Yep.
Okay.
So, what did you roll?
I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Cool. But guess what, Anne? You stole the cave symbol thing from me. Can I have that? Thanks. So the
So
cave
9,
symbols have 8
you hit.
defense. That's actually a hit. Wow.
Wait, I did?
Yeah.
Hey, how about that?
So
Yeah, you hit by one.
you also
One over.
Yeah, you beat their defense by 1, but you also rolled 2 shields and a book. So 2 shields gives you +1 physical damage each.
Okay.
So you're gonna do 3 damage.
I like this. Okay, so grape
You
is...
could
Yeah.
exhaust the War Axe and do another damage. Because the exhaust, when determining damage, this weapon gains books +1 physical damage until the attack is resolved. So
But
you could use that book that you rolled for an extra.
I have 3. So if I exhaust it, then can I use it? Or am I just exhausting for the power?
Just to use exhausting the power.
You know...
Yeah,
Let's...
you can still use the War Axe, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
You're exhausting it.
Yeah.
And then I think you have Hammer Helm, so you can actually just do another physical damage straight up. So you do 5.
Hammer Helm. Your attacks gain +1 physical damage. And exhausting, you can exhaust it, and when making a melee attack, if you have a 2-handed weapon equipped, you may reroll any dice in your combat pool.
Mm-hmm.
So you could
It's a really good ability.
and
Reroll
potentially
that 4?
exhaust that to before you use this. Like, you could say you're not exhausting that, and you could use this ability to maybe try and roll more than a 4, and then try and one-shot him.
I think that's
Yeah.
a decent roll, though.
You can do that.
I mean, you could risk it for the biscuit, and we
You
all
get
know how
another
much you like
attack, too.
biscuits. But you want the glory, don't you?
Because what I'd be shy 1 hit point.
Yep. Just need to roll a 5.
Or a 6.
If you roll a 6, then you get to keep your exhausting on your axe.
But that's like... Well, so I have a 50-50 chance of being at the same or better, right?
Sure.
Or you just do 2 attacks and kill it.
No.
Since when do you play it safe, Josh?
Yeah, you could just... Okay.
So you're exhausting this ability?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're re-rolling the 4?
And
Yeah.
she rolled a 5.
All right, then it's dead.
You killed it.
I killed it.
You did it. That's a good. That was good. That worked out.
Wait, so with that 5, right, I have more for the shields and the books. What's the difference between the 4 and the 5? Because I don't have to exhaust my War Axe, right?
No, you don't have to exhaust your War Axe.
I think you do.
Why?
There's 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think you still have to exhaust it and then kill it.
Oh, maybe.
How many books? Isn't it 1 shield on the?
Yeah, it's 1
5?
shield in each 5.
So you did 10, so that's 2 damage.
Ability gives 1.
3, 4, 5. So yeah, you still need to exhaust it to
Oh.
do it.
All right, that's fine.
But you killed
Still
it.
worth.
You one-shot it like a boss.
I
Even though Josh's character really is the boss, but...
all the way in the back.
Alright, so...
And then you can attack the other one.
Beat
With
it
your last
up.
2 SP.
Beat it up.
Okay. All right, so now I'm going after Sherry. This is just new
You
names.
took out...
So wait.
Yeah.
I don't think you can actually attack it.
No, why?
Oh, because it's
No,
elevated?
it's on elevation 3. Sorry.
Oh.
You'll have to lure it down, or well, you already moved, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have to fly up there or something.
Yeah, you'll get it later. It'll just beat you up for now. There you go.
It'll be fine.
So, Josh, what are you going to do from all the way back there?
Trot me 5 spaces closer.
Oh, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What's my SOI, Alex?
4.
4. And are you within 4 spaces of me?
Diagonally, yes.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. 4.
Here, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. I got a heal. Spend 1 SP and a figure within SOI heal 6.
There you go. So you heal 6.
That's pretty darn good.
Looks like you needed it too.
There, I did something.
High 5. You know what I think is really cute?
What's that?
Is that like Rook is like this big buff dude, and in both of the 2 starter things we played, he's the healer.
Yeah.
I think that's great. It like puts the trope on its.
You gotta break expectations.
Yeah.
So you're not doing anything else, Josh?
No,
Just,
I really don't got anything else to do.
Chilling.
What are you doing out in the puddle?
You can move me closer.
Having your cigarette at the coffee shop?
I guess I could have technically moved 2 spaces closer because I have the SP for it.
You can't get up on there.
I do have my throwing knives though,
Oh, yeah.
so I can throw my throwing knives at him. I feel like that's a good idea, right?
It's 2 damage. That'll take him down to 4. I don't know if it really matters.
What do you mean it's 2 damage?
You roll
Oh, it's the
dice.
purple die. You gonna roll a 6 with the purple die?
I mean, I
Gray.
could.
Is it gray? Yeah, it's gray.
So can you move me closer, please?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Remember that it's 2 movement to move out of a water spot.
So you're going there then.
All right. So, hey, look at that.
That was a 6.
I rolled a 6.
So you only need to use 1.
Yep. There you go.
Still my favorite part.
That's how you do it, Ann. Just letting you know. So I moved, and that's it.
Oh, but you went up 3.
I
Oh, yeah,
did.
but you already did it.
Yeah, but I was at 0 before.
Okay.
So that's how it's done. FYI.
So.
Are we the champions? We
Yeah.
are the champions.
So, wait, but what's the end condition? Do we have to get somewhere?
Defeat all opponents.
Win condition, all opponents are defeated.
Oh.
So
okay.
our reward,
This is really cool.
restore adventurers.
Alex, I think one of the coolest things about the book is the red lens.
You like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Coming to you live from their studio in South Florida, Twist Gaming.
I muted us too, apparently. Cool. So there we go.
You did everything.
You really did.
Yeah,
drop
I
the
just broke
book
everything.
at the stream.
I blame the fact that the book is so big.
Is the red currently on your face like reflection from the
Yeah,
red?
yeah.
lens?
Sorry, guys. So we're trying to show off this cool little red thing here, but as a reward, we restore the adventurers. So Anne got healed for nothing. That was a complete waste. So that's cool.
I mean, it was a free heal for me. I get new tokens at the beginning of the next hour.
Okay.
So.
Just letting you know that you did. absolutely
Nightingale
nothing
also
there.
does. So Twitch gets heals from getting shot in the face.
Yes, I was fine. So that's fine.
Okay. Everyone's healed up.
Okay, so grading. This encounter of the mast will grade you on your combat performance. Record the score you earned during this encounter in the notes section of your adventure sheet.
Yes.
Your score for each encounter can never fall below 0. For each cavesicle defeated, gain 2 points.
So that gives us 6.
No. For each Gavaldon defeated, 5 points. Did you get a loot card from the cavesicles?
Yes.
What did we get?
7.
You didn't tell me to show it off.
Here, show off the yellow card in our green K-cam.
Thanks. All right. So, we beat it up.
Yeah.
So, we need to move forward then, right?
Yep.
Onward and forward. On to poor doggy.
Yep.
Okay.
Matt, can I have the book, please?
You certainly can. I'm going to get a workout moving this book around.
It is heavy.
Hefty.
You can do curls with it.
All right. So, and do you have your printout here?
I do.
All right. Oh, I should put us. Oh, we're on the main camera. That's cool. Remi sighed, forcing herself to look at the slain Gavaldon.
I don't suppose anyone has a shovel. I feel like we should bury it.
She couldn't help her wings from drooping a little, no matter how excited the rest of her friends were at their
'Cause
victory.
It was a puppy.
Nightingale rose from where she'd been rinsing her hands in the dark water.
I don't think you can dig a grave in a stone floor. I guess.
Remi said.
I suppose it just reminds me of a doggy from back on Earth. I used to have pets back before I came to Middara.
Remi turned to follow the group as they left. Yeah. Dogs or cats? Zeke asked, but he kept talking before she could answer him. Cats, right?
Yeah, actually, how'd you know?
Remi said, surprised. You look like a cat person. I bet you had a dozen.
That's a terrible insult.
Zeke said, poking her in the shoulder playfully. Remi wasn't sure if he was making fun of her or not, but she replied seriously.
Only one, actually.
Zeke laughed and lit a cigarette. Continue to the second night on page 13. Tonight they'd chosen a much smaller chamber off of what they took for the main passageway. It was far smaller than the room they'd chosen the night before, but it only had one entrance, so at least it would be easy to keep watch. Nightingale was put on scouting duty this time. It was nice to have something mindless to do. It was like all of the housekeeping she'd done back in her family's little motel on Earth, rocking from room to room with an MP3 player. Pity she hadn't been able to bring it with her when she came to Middara.
MP3 player.
Nightingale happened to be passing by the entrance of a nearby chamber when she caught a flicker of light from beyond the passageway.
Hold on.
She said out loud to herself and stepped out of the central hallway. Like much of the rest of the cave, their shaft was square with faded geometric patterns cut into the floor and walls. She grinned, drawing her weapon.
Stabby, stabby.
The light was growing quickly, down from a direction they hadn't explored yet. Nightingale gripped her weapon tightly, preparing for a fight. Another few seconds and the lightened footsteps resolved into a man, stooped with the weight of a heavy-looking sack. The man's armor was tattered, and he looked like he had just gone through a fight. In the faint light of the glowstone, the thin man looked triumphant.
Oh!
She lowered the weapon, striding casually into the hallway in front of him.
Thought you were a monster.
Is this me?
Nah.
Am I the monster here?
Yeah.
Nah, the man said, pointing back the way he had come. Our group just killed a tomb guardian back there. The thing was loaded with too much loot for all of us to carry. He gave her a smug smile and continued. This is my second trip, actually. Looks like we're doing better than the royalty is.
Oh, yeah?
She said, considering her options.
So,
Nightingale must make a decision. So this is Twitch. So we have two options here, and option one is extort the man for his extra loot. He was rude and he doesn't need it.
he was super rude. He was all like, second trip.
Or let the man pass unharassed. After all, he earned it.
No, he didn't.
Alex, what direction do you usually take here?
Let's let chat pick.
I didn't ask what the right decision was.
Oh, I always extort the man.
Yeah, I had a
For
feeling.
his extra loot.
I would be surprised if anyone says that he shall pass. I think they're going like full Gandalf here. Doing the you shall not pass. Give me your stuff.
Faux.
Foo?
Faux.
So it looks like
Command
one
you.
is winning.
Yeah.
By a landslide.
Yeah, 100% on the one. So,
All right, so
Josh, you could go ahead and throw that.
I'm going to vote one.
I mean, I also vote one, so there's that. So, continue to let me take that for you on page 13.
You know, it's probably not safe to carry so much stuff all by yourself.
Nightingale said with a sly smile as she lightened her grip on her weapon. Tightened her grip on her weapon.
I could take some of that for you.
The man paused for a moment, letting the true meaning of the princess's question sink in. I suppose.
Yeah.
The man stopped, heaving the sack down onto the floor in front of him. Have at it. Nightingale slid past him, reaching into the sack and scooping up as much as she could carry.
Your bag will be so much lighter now.
She didn't wait for him to respond as she hurried back to camp. Behind her, the man's smug smile was gone.
Mic drop.
I can't see what the reward is. Josh, I need to look.
Can I?
So the reward has the cool little red lens on it.
Which doesn't work if you print it out in black and white.
Yep.
So let me take that for you. The party gains one random mundane relic
Dimmy, dimmy, dimmy.
Relic.
and two random mundane consumables.
Two of these.
Okay, two of these.
Yep.
All right, not arrows.
Nice.
Mundane consumables. So we got a smoke bomb.
And
You do not provoke break attacks until end of turn. Way more smoke than you need. And we also got some throwing knives.
I'm enjoying those. Why, thanks. I'll just pocket those.
Always good to have throwing knives.
Yes. And then we get this.
We also got a Fate Engine.
What? Green screen's great.
Ooh. I don't know why that did that. Sorry, folks.
It's because you threw the book.
Threw the book at it.
Oh, maybe.
You were like a judge. You threw the book at it.
So Fate Engine has a passive ability, Conviction Upgrade White, and then once per encounter after a roll is made against you, remove all symbols from one die. Well, that's pretty cool. So since Twitch is the one that extorted him, they're going to be getting that probably.
Yep.
All right, so then we are going to continue to sleep tight on page 14.
So do you... I know Alex said that he had a hard cutoff. That he's got to leave us. So the rest of what we had planned was the sleep tight. We could start next week's with the story, if you want to do that.
Okay. Sure.
All right, that works. Or I mean, we can say goodbye to Alex too, and then we can just finish up the story and then leave the thing until next week as well.
You guys just doing like an encounter every day or every? How often are you doing that?
Yeah, pretty much is every week we're doing an encounter for an indeterminate amount of time right now, seeing how long it takes us to get through this, because in case you haven't noticed, it does not go quickly for us.
For sure. That was okay. I thought the last encounter went okay. You killed a Gavaudan in like one turn.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty wonderful.
One round.
Oh, gosh.
So cool. Like, are you guys doing it around the same time?
Yep. Same time next week.
So yeah, for all of our viewers, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time moving forward, we will be continuing our campaign playthroughs of Twitch Plays Middara.
Yep. And of course, these videos are recorded, so if you're not able to join us live, you can check them out on YouTube.
Woo!
Woo!
Alex, is there anything else that you wanted to chat about before you have to go for this evening?
I don't think so. I appreciate you guys having me on. That was really fun. I'll see if there's more of them I can pop into.
That would be
no.
great.
Aw,
Love to have you on.
Look how excited about it. Look out. Josh.
Now, we didn't get to yeet anything
No.
this week, but potentially next time you come on, we shall yeet all of the things.
Yeah, I think the next encounter should be good for yeeting.
All right. Thank you so much, Alex. We really appreciate you stopping by and playing with us today.
Yeah, hey, thanks a lot, guys. It was fun.
Chat's asking, quick Kickstarter update coming soon, please. I think you had your Kickstarter update for today, didn't you, Alex?
Yeah, the update went out, I don't know, a few hours ago for today. We're trying to get them out a little earlier. You're probably used to the ones that are like super late.
Gotcha.
But yeah, check the update. Well, you saw the update. This guy's been talking about the sleeves and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe he's talking about getting them out sooner. I don't know. We're trying. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks,
Have a
Alex.
good one.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, so while Josh gets that off the screen, we can continue on into the Sleep Tight story.
Okay.
So again, as we were saying, we're going to try to keep it to at least one encounter a night. We got through the first one already, so we're just going to advance the story up until the next encounter. So, the little room heated much better than the vast chamber from the night before, and soon enough they were all toasty around the fire. The conversation was less subdued than it had been the night before. Everyone looked significantly more tired.
Not really sure what I'll do when I graduate.
Rook was saying.
I mean, I couldn't just go back to the farm after spending all this time at the Institute.
What, you don't like farming? A little cloud floated around Zeke, mingling with the smoke from the fire. He hadn't put down his cigarette since finishing the meal. Rook shrugged.
Nothing wrong with farming. Parents are good people, and they do important work, but
He paused.
we're not getting older anymore, and I'm no Cincinnatus.
Sure.
I think if I had to stay on a farm for eternity, I'll go insane. My idea of asylum is a little less pastoral and more actually doing something.
Nightingale chuckled and nodded, even though she had no idea who Cincinnatus was.
Well, I've got a suggestion.
She grinned, resting one hand on the weapon at her side.
When I graduate, I'm going to join the Dimlurge. You know, Alenia's Special Forces. Every day is an adventure after that. Why don't you join too?
Her smile widened.
I've got a friend who's already in. I'm sure he could put in a good word for you. With the way you fight,
We'll see.
When you trudge around and do nothing?
Rook said dismissively.
Parents are expecting me to help out on the farm.
Farming is so lame.
Nightingale said, tossing her legs up onto a nearby rock.
We all have our roles.
Rook said flatly. There were a few moments of silence then, as each waited for the other to speak. Nightingale turned slightly to look at Remi.
What about you? What are you going to do with your shiny new citizenship? You're the only one without familial expectations, right?
Remi looked away, shifting uncomfortably.
I don't really know.
They waited, but Remi didn't elaborate.
We shouldn't give up adventuring after this.
Nightingale tried to look as reassuring as she could.
If we're here, we might as well enjoy Middara's advantages. We could live forever exploring ancient ruins, rescuing artifacts of unimaginable power, saving the world.
Zeke looked doubtful. Can't live forever if you get eaten by monsters.
Like that would happen.
Nightingale raised her twig-like arms and flexed.
Have you seen these guns?
Yeah, we'll see. Zeke rolled his eyes. There's still one more day left in the mast. Plenty of time to find something big and hungry enough. They'd probably have to eat 5 of you to fill up, though.
Or one job. Rook.
Nightingale smiled. Rest came easier the second night, though Nightingale awoke a little sore from all the walking and fighting. They didn't stay long, another breakfast of trail rations, and it was back to the cave for their last day of the mast. It was a little annoying how their travel distance each day was restricted, bookended with impassable hallways and convenient campsites. Even less faithful to adventuring was the regular presence of bellicose cubes. Nightingale doubted very much that she would ever see one in any of Elenia's ruins. She couldn't wait for the next fight, but there was no bellicose cube as they proceeded. Confused, Nightingale glanced around the cavernous chamber.
That's strange.
Nightingale kept walking forward.
I don't see a bellicose cube. You think we're almost done? I mean, I was really hoping to fight a couple more monsters before we finished.
That shouldn't be the case.
Rook replied.
They wouldn't want any of us to get seriously hurt.
Nightingale skipped further into the darkness. If Rook was right, there had to be another bellicose cube nearby. Behind her, Rook stooped and studied the ruined remains of a silver basin. He scowled and stood back up.
Better be careful. Looks like something happened to the cube. I doubt that the proctors would have intended this to happen.
As he said this, Nightingale screamed. Rook spun around to see her being charged by a huge stone monster. It hit Nightingale with a boulder-like fist, sending her sprawling near a treacherous gap in the cavern's floor. The creature advanced on her, threatening to crush her beneath its massive weight. Nightingale held up her weapon in vain in an attempt to block it, but it was futile.
Nightingale!
Rook yelled as he darted across the room, his huge frame pounding with desperate fury as he rammed into the creature. He knocked it aside moments before its massive stone arms came down on Nightingale. Rook pulled at Nightingale's shirt, yanking her to her feet as the monster began to rise again.
Run! We can't fight this without a bellicose cube.
Rook turned and the group sprinted into the darkness. Eventually they came to a stop, panting heavily and hoping they were safe.
Oh boy.
Nightingale said, shaking her hands to wash away the adrenaline coursing through her.
That was exhilarating. Exhilarating?
Remi caught up to them nearby, recuperating from the sprint.
You almost got turned into a Nightingale pancake.
Nightingale nodded and looked back the way they had run from.
What was that thing anyway?
I think it was an Earth Loa. It was either not supposed to be here or perhaps they planned on us having the bellicose cube intact. In either case, we're okay now.
Rook grumbled. Nightingale burst out laughing and turned to Rook.
You just saved a princess in distress. So cliche.
I guess I did.
Rook said, smiling.
I'm glad you're all right.
Thanks to you.
Nightingale walked up beside him, and her hand shook a little as she slapped him on the back.
I should have noticed that wasn't just a pile of rocks.
Rook relaxed.
No big deal. That's why you never venture alone, right?
Nightingale smelled tobacco a few seconds before Zeke stepped up beside her and gave her a look of relief. Good work. Let's make sure nothing like that happens again, though. Nightingale nodded and the group made their way back into the dark. They continued on for what felt like hours. Nightingale purposefully stayed in the front, determined to prove she wasn't afraid, even after the close call with the Earth Loa. Eventually she heard something strange coming from up ahead.
Hey, I hear voices.
Nightingale couldn't keep her tail from swinging behind her in excitement as she skipped forward. Remi kept up, her weapon held close.
You think we made it to the end?
Rook's voice came from behind her, sounding matter-of-fact.
Not yet. That isn't how the mast works. Every team has to go through the gauntlet, and we haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
She blushed, wings drooping as she slowed a little, falling behind the rest of the team. The room was quite large, at least 50 feet across. Other teams milled about in nervous-looking groups, keeping mostly to themselves. Zeke pointed towards the front of the room where a group of uniformed proctors waited by the door. "Let's see what's up," he muttered, striding purposely towards the front of the room. Some of the other students looked like they'd done worse than their team had. There was a lot of little wounds and hasty bandages, but also breaks and untreated gashes and tears. One young man kept himself standing only with the aid of a makeshift splint and walking stick, while another group had one of its members resting between them, badly wounded. Guess we did pretty okay after all, Nightingale found herself thinking, following just behind Zeke. The men standing by the door all nodded respectfully to them.
You're the man.
Oh, cool. "Lord Jung, Princess Arson," a spindly proctor with white hair stepped forward to address them. "Glad you made it." "What's going on?" Zeke gestured behind them at the crowd. The proctor lowered his head deferentially. "You've reached the gauntlet, the last stage of the mast. Each team must survive the same section of the dungeon, so you send through one at a time. If you'd like your team moved ahead in the queue..."
No.
No.
Zeke and Nightingale answered together in the same exasperated tone. You want to try that again?
No! Zeke was the one who continued. "We'll wait our turn with everyone else." "As you wish, my lord. We'll call for you when it's time." They left without another word, quickly finding Rook through the crowd. "You were right," Zeke grumbled. "It's the gauntlet." Rook nodded, satisfied.
It was in the study guide.
What exactly is a gauntlet? I guess they don't expect us all to share a glove.
God, Remi asked, chuckling to herself. Nobody laughed, though it was Rook who answered.
It's different for every graduating class, so it's hard to be sure. It's the thing they want us to be prepared for the most. In case some of the groups were really clever or lucky, the gauntlet is the same for everyone, so every graduate will have to be ready for...
He shrugged.
A spelling
Whatever.
test.
It's usually the hardest part.
After what we've been through,
Nightingale gave Remi an encouraging pat.
I'm sure it'll be nothing. We got this. 2 years of lectures, 2 years of weapons practice, and learning magic.
She looked up as the heavy door opened and another team was ushered inside.
That's our ticket to the outside world, to citizenship.
To the demiurge, she muttered to herself privately. Eventually, the white-haired proctor approached them. "If you're ready," he said, his voice as deferential as before, "it's time." The crowd was mostly gone, leaving only the most injured groups behind.
We're ready.
Nightingale answered before any of the others could object.
Let's do this.
Continue to the gauntlet, Chamber 1 on page 16. So I believe that's an encounter, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So next week, we're going to be continuing the Twitch Plays Middara by going into the Gauntlet.
But it's not our gauntlet stream.
It's not our Gauntlet stream.
It's the Gauntlet.
It's the Masked Gauntlet. So again, thank you all for watching today. Make sure you're joining us for all of our future streams, not just the Middara ones. So next week on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got...
We're launching our Kickstarter on Monday.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
And we'll probably be just doing like a random live stream of
Kickstarter
tangents
stuff?
and Kickstarter stuff.
That works.
And things like
So
that.
if you folks want a chance to get some cool promo cards, we are going to be doing the Twist Gaming Kickstarter next Monday. So for a couple of weeks, we're going to be running that, but it's going to be your chance to get some Twist exclusive promos for some of your favorite games, as well as some secret items. What?
We're putting a twist on some of their favorite games.
I don't get it.
Get it?
No.
Because twist?
Next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
We're going to bring back Kingdom Death.
Oh, we are.
Yes.
So if you enjoy Twitch Plays and you want to get a little bit more playthrough action with us, we're going to be starting a new campaign of Twitch Plays Kingdom Death next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Hey, Valkmule, just in time to see us sign off. So what are we going to be doing with this next season?
They'll find out on Tuesday because I don't know yet.
Perfect. And then next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got our continuation of Twitch Plays Middara. For more news about all of the things that we're doing here at Twist Gaming, make sure that you follow us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and come chat with us in our Discord channel where...
Sometimes when we launch Kickstarters, we like to do fun things, and may or may not be making teams, so we need to figure out who you are. Are you salty like Matt? Are you crotchety like Josh? Are you awesome
I'm not
like
crotchety.
me?
Aaron's the crotchety one in the group.
I don't know. It was a pretty crotchety answer right there.
That's what we do in Discord.
But for those of you that are saying that you missed it and couldn't get a chance to watch it, all of our videos are updated or uploaded to YouTube 24 hours after the fact. So make sure that you're following our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel there.
And they're available on video on demand right now. You can click the video and not watch us live if you want.
Perfect. Remember,
watch the video.
with all of the interactive stuff that we do here, with all of the voting and stuff like that, if you are a subscriber, your votes count more. And you can be a subscriber for free. You know how?
If you're Amazon Prime member.
If you're Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch Prime, which means you get one free sub every month. We'd love it if you used it on us. Subscribing gets you more weight to your votes, because that's always fun. Gets you more chances to win stuff. We do lots of giveaways here at Twist Gaming. And you get more entries into all... Oh, look at that. Good timing. It gets you more entries into all of the giveaways as well. You get access to some cool emotes that we've got, and we've got a pretty active subscriber-only channel in our Discord channel as well.
Do you know what people get for watching our show?
What's that?
Salt.
So for every minute that you're watching the stream, you are earning milligrams of salt. And whenever we do a giveaway, you redeem these salts for tickets. And with those tickets, you can win stuff. So we're not doing a giveaway tonight, but next time we do, definitely stay tuned.
Yeah.
And you can get a chance to win some awesome prizes.
Subscribers get...
Salt for the Salt Throne. Subscribers get more salt.
Yep.
Yeah, you could do !salt to see how much salt that you've got. Murkswap has quite a bit of salt. Hashtag saltiest. Check out the salt leaderboard.
Also, people don't need Amazon Prime to subscribe, but it just gets them a free one.
Yeah, that's
Otherwise,
true.
You can pay
If you
$5
want
a
to
month.
pay, you can pay $5 a month, and
And
you
we
can be a
appreciate
subscriber
it.
that way. And there's actually tiered subscriber levels, so there's different stuff there as
And
well.
you get fully extra exclusive emotes if you go to a higher tier.
Yeah.
And the money all goes to the stream. It all goes to... it's
Not
the
my
same-
pocket.
Goes to the cables.
God,
Cables.
oh
We
my
do need
God.
more cables.
Stop talking. So same thing with the Kickstarter. The money doesn't go to us. This is a passion project of ours. The money goes to, you know, we were talking this morning about how this we just got back from a convention and we literally set up our stream in a rush and there's like pieces missing and whatnot and very out of control. But 3 years ago when we started this show, like if you go back, please don't, and look at those really old shows, you'll see just how far we've come. And
We've improved quite a bit, and we're using all of the bits, cheers, tips, and subscription dollars to go directly back into funding the stream and getting better equipment so we can bring a more high-quality product to you fine folks at home.
And to get to the conventions, to get you guys, you know, the exclusives, the interviews, the front row seats to the conventions that we're going to. We're trying to bring more live events to connect people live at those conventions. We're trying to figure out new ways to incorporate technology to make our shows more interactive. You know, so that's where the money is going. This is your community. This is your show. This is our time to game. That's all I got.
Cool. But with that, this is going to be us signing off for real this time. So thank you all again for joining us, and we hope to see you all again very soon. As usual, I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
I'm Josh.
Good night, everyone. Have a good one.
Bye.